Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the pilot episode, episode 1 of Following the Money. And this is a Danish series that is streaming on Topic, and I got a chance to get a screener for this series, along with 2 other ones that I'll be doing reviews for their first episodes as well. And this series sets up, it's a kind of detective story. There's mysterious deaths going on and fraud going on, insider trading at this big company. And you start off this series with, this well-dressed man with his black rimmed glasses riding his bike to an interview. He's like, oh, I'm from Copenhagen. I'm all about that, just riding across town and showing up for the interview. And you have this man who we slowly through this episode start to realize that is doing some shady things at his company and has a young woman who's a lawyer working for him who starts working with him to try to cover things up and dealing with things internally. And while all of this is going on, we have a detective who we're introduced to his family life, and he has 2 kids and his wife is ill, and throughout the episode she starts to be getting better mysteriously and raises some questions like what happened with his wife. There's some intrigue. But right off the bat, at the beginning of the episode, dead body. What else is going to spark some intrigue in a crime mystery than finding a dead body somewhere washing up? And that's there. And I was really impressed by the opening credits of the show, which is like walking through this business building, but everything starts overflowing with water, similar to that body that just washed up on the water. And it's really building that connection right off the bat and painting a picture of what this show might be, and things rising to the surface and overflowing and what could possibly happen then. You have a couple other sets of characters. You have a young couple that they set up looking for a home, and one of them's a young mechanic, and he deals with some class issues, which is some of the themes that are brought up in this first episode, and, might not do some nice things to this rich man's sports car after he acts like a jerk to him. And you have there's some big emotional moments in this first episode with having to identify that body that showed up at the beginning, a shocking death that we witness happening in this episode, and a lot of this really setting up, here's this insider trading going on, and at the very end of the episode, having this fraud agent, Alf, walking into this detective's life, and bam, think they're going to be working together. So it's really setting up some intrigue and mystery, what's going on with these deaths, and then pulling back the curtain on this big company that seems to be a focal point of this series and the dark, shady things going on there. And you have people on this side, you have the detectives on this side, and bringing in this fraud agent, seeming like they're going to be building up this relationship throughout this series to take down this fraud going on at this company. And I think, this isn't a pilot that, blew my mind, but I think it was very high quality. It had interesting characters. It might have tried to set up a little too much. There's a little bit too many threads going on in this, 57-minute opening episode. But it sets up an intriguing premise, one central conflict, and a group of characters that are going to be interwoven into this web of mystery and intrigue and crime that sets up the rest of the series. And from what I understand, this is on series 3. And they bring characters into each season, but they focus on a different company. This thing is focusing on this main company that we're introduced to in the first episode, and it's a 10-episode arc. I think this first episode gives enough intrigue for you to want to try to seek out more and figure out what the hell is going on here, and what are they going to do to be able to take down this company. So I recommend this first episode. Give Give this Danish series Following the Money a try. If you have access, go stream it on Topic right now. But those are my thoughts on the first episode of Following the Money. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.